Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob. Let's just do this, yo. Let's make that money. Let's get on the stream. Showtime Rhythm. Log in. You know what I mean? Come do. Shout out to everybody. 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 Whoa, da 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 da. Want to make sure that my stream is live right now. I got a couple topics I want to consider today. It's going to be the first time Ricky Turbo is going to be streaming, speaking about certain things. Want to see what's going on first live on my stream, because I know what's going down. Reaching out to our crew. Can y'all hear me good? All right, because I want to speak about some issues. I want to speak about some things. Recently, an icon passed away, and I want to speak about it. All right, turn the volume down a bit, and let's get into this. All right, so quick introduction. My name is Ricky Turbo, Red Pill Ricky from King Turbo Sound. King Turbo Sound is a DJ sound from back in the days, from back in the late 80s, actually 30 plus years we've been doing DJing. So I can say that I've seen a lot in the streets. I've seen a lot of people acting street, and I've seen a lot of people in the streets, for real, no joke. So this video is going to be about relationships, accountability, and it's going to be 100% inspired by the passing of the late, great Kevin Samuels. Now, if you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, I highly suggest you research him and look up what he's done for men, really and truly. He's opened the gates, opened the floodgates to making men look into themselves and realize, like, what am I doing? Why am I marrying a 304, yo? Why am I putting myself out there to be taken later on with this so-called marriage and the way how, you know how marriage goes, and you know how the thing goes. You get a divorce, you lose everything. So hopefully the music in the background's not too loud. I need to have a little bit of energy from the music so the item can overstand that. All right, so as far as I'm concerned, I, Ricky Turbo, Red Pill Ricky, I'm Jamaican born. I'm over 40 years old. I'm a grown man. I have a son in his mid-20s, and you don't know, I reside in Toronto, Canada, but I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Most of us are born in Kingston, Jamaica, but my family is from the countryside of Jamaica, which is called Portland, Jamaica. If you've ever heard of Blue Mountain Coffee, you get that coffee from where my family is. Get me? All right, so red pill. Red pill is something that a lot of people have been trying to touch on from the other day, and I've noticed on the internet there's a lot of American perspective of the red pill. And this side of red pill, I'm trying to take it to where women should be held accountable for the things that happen. I mean, look at it. A woman can have how many kids with how many baby daddies? And, oops, sorry, it wasn't you. Although you were taking care of the child for how many years? Oops, sorry, it wasn't you. And that was it. That's it. You go about your business. You got to get out of her house. You got to go. She got to get out of your house, however it goes. And that's it. You know, she doesn't have to be accountable to anybody, to my family, to her family, to his family, like to anybody's family, to anybody. She doesn't have to be accountable to the courts, the system, social services, nothing. No accountability at all. Just have any kids with any amount of mans you want, and you could even put a kid on a man, and he would have to pay for it here in Canada. You get me? If his name is called, then he has to go down and defend himself to say it wasn't him and DNA and all that kind of stuff. But why can a woman just say the name and right away, brother has to be accountable? So something that I've noticed on YouTube that I think I'm a little bit different. I'm not sure. Is that I'm Canadian raised, but I definitely keep in touch with my roots and culture of Jamaica through the music, right? So you'll hear me break out in some Canadian and break out in some Jamaica lingua between here and there. And if you notice, I'm holding the Sharon. I'm holding the tacophone in my hand. Usually there's a stand and these guys got all this podcast set up. I'm set up as a DJ. I'm set up as a sound man. You see the equipment? You get what I'm trying to say? You see all the equipment and stuff like that? Like I'm set up here as a DJ, as a sound man. I'm gonna play some music later. But I'm also down for the social aspects of what's going on in this planet right now and the way how relationships are going and the way how people are responding in relationships, responding to relationships, and when they come out of a relationship, the way how they respond. And so Kevin Samuels is the reason why I started my podcasting today. I have so many topics. I could speak about music, I could speak about nature, I could speak about spirituality, but I feel like I want to start this YouTube, this Twitch journey through the Kevin Samuels podcasting. So if you don't know who through the Kevin Samuels, like reviewing one of his podcasts them and giving you a Canadian version, a Canadian aspect of how we see things as a Caribbean born, Canadian raised person. You get me? Alpha male, of course. Super male, right? And we're not scared for say that. We're not scared to be proud of being an alpha male and a strong black man. I'm not scared of that. All right, so as a lot of these podcast guys say, without no further ado, all right, I've been watching a lot of podcasters, so respect to like Melanie King, shout out to the Poor Man's Podcast, of course, Kevin Samuels, the Godfather, big up yourself. I've been watching also BMS, right? I think BMS, I think in Naya or something like that. Respect due, you guys, all the people I watch, Papa Ducks, I think it is, Papa Duck. Yeah, all these people I watch are really inspiring to me, yo. Y'all doing it, yo. You taking your own time to do something. So let me get into this right now. Let me play why I'm here. If you notice when I started, I played a rhythm in the background. That was a reggae dance hall rhythm. Madhouse production, Smadile. That was the Showtime rhythm, one of dancehall reggae's greatest rhythms ever, guy. Actually, let me just give you a quick little hit off of that Showtime rhythm again. It's a really good rhythm for reggae and dancehall music. Check this out, wicked rhythm. Right? King Turbo, Ricky Turbo, Red Pill Ricky. We doing it like this. We doing it nice. Music after, don't worry. Talk show right after. Listen, rhythm. Oh, na 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 na. Great stars like Beanie Man and Bounty Killer and Baby Sharp and all kind of people are on this rhythm. It's such a good rhythm, but let me turn it down and let me get to why I'm here. I'm here because I want, like, I don't even care about viewers here on Twitch, for example. I want to record this and I want to get this out to the world. I want the people to have a perspective, my perspective, a Canadian perspective, a Jamaica Canadian's perspective of how I see relationships and wagwan relationship and all these things. So let me just turn this down, right? As you see me working like a sound man, a DJ, right? And let me get to my first thing. If you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, then here we go. Kevin Samuels, let's get a little introduction right off. It's Kevin Samuels right there, Godfather. Right, so that's like the intro. Candid. Yeah, he's amazing. Honestly, let me drop that again. He's now presenting Mr. Godfather himself, Kevin Samuels. He's a professional image consultant. So he's a businessman on the business side of things if you don't know about him. He is well experienced. I believe he was married a couple times, not too sure. Fascinating, well, don't say that. Stylish, definitely. He was about that style. Captivated for sure. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully everybody can still hear me clearly. All right? Yeah? We're good? All right. So maybe I got to turn down the Kevin Samuels intro music stuff, right? So let's get into the first part of Kevin Samuels' video. All that stuff before was an introduction of Ricky Turbo. So
Can
we're gonna
anyone live
speak
with Eartha
about
Kitt?
this amazing
That's not for me to
singer
decide.
named Eartha Kitt.
That's for someone who decides to live with me to
Stop.
decide.
Let me stop
Not
it
for
there.
me.
Eartha Kitt.
But are
Let
you
Kevin
willing to
Samuels take it away.
compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising? Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason? To compromise for what? To compromise. What is compromise?
If a man
Wow. Um, for anyone who doesn't know, like Eartha Kitt, let me give you some history on Eartha Kitt. She is an amazing American singer, right? Eartha Kitt's, I could go on Google and do all that Google stuff, but Eartha Kitt is an amazing American singer. And I believe Santa's Baby was was one of her biggest songs ever. It's like 1962 or 1953, or like, I know it's a large range, but I know she's one of the original singers from back in the day. So she had a choice of any man she's ever wanted on this planet. She was that big. I believe she's native Indian, Cherokee Indian, mixed with black and also white. So she was a mixed browning, as we would call it in Jamaica. We'd say she a browning. You get me? Pretty lady, very pretty, and had an amazing voice. So Eartha Kitt now, she is gonna show you one side of what it's like when you say men ain't ish, men ain't nothing, and you become bitter as a woman when you get old. We call her she's called in the industry the cat lady, bro. She's called the cat lady. So let me play this clip from Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt. Let's see what, take it away.
can anyone live with Eartha Kitt?
That's not for me to decide. That's for someone who decides to live with me to decide. Not for me.
But are you willing to compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising? Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason? To compromise for what? To compromise. What is compromise?
If a man
Oh, yeah. Is it that? What is compromise? Compromise for what? For who? Compromise for what? Come again. Watch that again. Some
can
bitter
anyone
woman.
live with Eartha Kitt?
Watch this.
That's not for me to decide. That's for someone who decides to live with me to decide. Not for me.
But are you willing to compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising? Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason? To compromise for what? To compromise. What is compromise?
If a man
Right. So like you see it right there. Like if that's how you think, what is compromise? Why bother compromise for what? I mean, like she might think that she's happy being single, alone, and hanging out with her cats. She literally has lots of cats before her passing, R.I.P. But that's a bitter woman right there. Compromise. She's not willing to compromise with no man. It's either her way or the highway. That's how she rolling. And when you're gonna be like that as a woman, if you're gonna be like that as a woman, how do you expect to hold on to a man? Even if you got the man because you look so good, even if you got the man because you smell so good, you got the man because your link, your connection to the person was great. You got the man because you worked with the man or you saw him every day. He kept on hollering at you. He was persistent. But how do you keep the man if you're not ever willing to compromise? So that's Eartha Kitt, yo. There's another amazing singer back in the days named Diane Carroll. Man, I'm telling you, back in the days of like Lena Horne and when Grace Jones and these people, like older back in the days, I think Red Fox from Sanford and Son was married to Lena Horne. So I'm just trying to tell you, like it's back in the 60s and the 50s and stuff, right? So there's a next amazing, beautiful woman, black woman named Diana Carroll or Diane Carroll. And you know, she had the same problem as Eartha Kitt, right? But the difference is, I think she realized it. So let's watch this clip here with Diane Carroll. Let's watch this clip here.
To go back to LA to
Check this out.
to go back to LA to finally wrestle with the
About me, not the role I play. And it's difficult to learn to live alone. It's difficult because I'm difficult. I'm not easy to live with.
This is Diane Carroll right here.
It's difficult to learn to live alone. It's difficult to live with a selfish woman because selfish women are difficult. Now you got two of the best that ever did it. To share your reflection.
Stop it there. Let me rewind this actual video. Actually, let me rewind the video and stop it there. That was amazing, because this is a woman that was so beautiful, as you see, as an older woman in maybe her 70s or whatever. She's beautiful. So could you imagine how she looked in her hot 20s and 30s, 40s and 50s? She can get any man across the globe all over, and she's just kept bringing them on, letting them go, bringing them forward, letting them go. And then she finally realized. So let me not talk no more.
To go back to LA to finally wrestle with the
About me, not the role I play. And it's difficult to learn to live alone. It's difficult because I'm difficult. I'm not easy to live with.
It's difficult to learn to live alone. It's difficult to live with a selfish woman because selfish women are difficult. Now you got two of the best that ever did it. To share your reflection. At the end of life, one is humble and reflective and coming at it with humility, and the other is cackling.
You know, you have three or
Stop it there. I threw in my talk. You see, these are two women that were at the top of the game in their time. Seeing? They're talking. He's talking the truth. Kevin Samuels, again, rest in peace and big up. He's talking the truth, because these two women were at the top of the game within their time. But you see, as time progressed and they've aged, one aged in a very bitter way, and the other one aged humbly. And look how one look nice and humble and pretty, and the next one look mush up, look all crazy and frizzled and frazzled. And all right, continue, Ricky, continue.
four choices here that will give you a terrible day or a wonderful day. And there's no one else to blame except you.
No
Because
one
you're
else.
here alone. You can't say he did this or he
Tell
did that.
Diane.
It's all you.
Mhm.
And you don't seem to want to make yourself extremely happy the way you wanted other people to come along to make you extremely happy. Nobody can make you extremely happy but you.
Come on now.
I was an old lady before I understood that.
Uh-huh.
Boom. I was an old lady before I understood. She started out apologizing to the men that she faulted.
Right. So that's the thing that you don't want to happen. You don't want to turn into an old lady before you understand that you've hit a certain wall. Continue, Kevin Samuel. Sorry if I cut you.
4 chances at it. 4 marriages. This is Diane Carroll we're talking about. And at the end of her life, she had to go back to LA to finally wrestle with the fact that she is a difficult person. And what she has left is nothing except her. So a lot of people say my tone and this and that. I am trying to get so many of you women to understand that this is what it looks like when you are a selfish, self-concerned woman. They have painted the picture that it sounds so good. But unless you are better than Grace Jones, Diane Carroll, Eartha Kitt, Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, the list goes on, you better pay attention.
Stop it. You stop it. Did you hear that? Come on, Kevin. Talk to them.
Selfish, self-concerned woman. They have painted the picture that it sounds so good. But unless you are better than Grace Jones, Diane Carroll, Eartha Kitt, Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, the list goes on, you better pay attention. You better pay attention because that's Diane Carroll, an icon. Well, let's hear what
Can anyone live with Eartha Kitt?
That's not for me to decide. Not for someone who decides to live with me to decide. Not for me.
But are you willing to compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising?
And her golden years. Look at that look. Compromise. What? And I want you guys to understand the voodoo she's going to pull with words that made so many women say, ooh, yeah, she's honestly cold. She's this. She's that. But look in her eyes, ladies. Look in her eyes and ask yourself,
you see it?
Do you want this to be your final act?
Continue.
Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason? To compromise for what? To compromise. What is compromise?
If a man came into your life, wouldn't you want to compromise?
Stupid.
Who believes that laugh? Who believes that laugh was genuine? But when you spent your life at this.
Right. So you see it for yourself, though. You see how one aged beautifully, and you see how the next one aged all bitter and thing. Kevin Samuels, let me stop. Let me make her get back into the death music because she killed herself. Eartha Kitt killed her own self emotionally and relationship wise, right? Run through.
It's all you got. This is all they got left. After all of that bad chick, boss chick, selfish, I'm me first, me, I don't care. It's all about me and my bag. This is it. And this is it for two of the best that ever did it. Two of the best that ever did it. Not your middle class self.
A man comes into my life and I have to compromise? You must think about that one again. A man comes into my life and you have to compromise for what? For what? For what? A relationship is a relationship that has to be earned.
Are you hearing this lady?
She thought she dropped knowledge. A relationship that has to be earned, meaning a relationship with her has to be earned. You're coming into my life. And that is what so many me, I, selfish modern women are really telling you, gentlemen, that you...
Stop again. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, this is what women need to understand, say, boy, a relationship, in totalitarian speaking, oh no, in totality, I would have to say that, say, a father gives away the daughter in marriage. You know that, right? So a relationship is compromise. I would never turn around and say that a man's supposed to rule a woman like how certain marriages, like arranged marriages and those things. And as far as arranged marriage goes, there's pros to arranged marriage as much as there are cons, but we're not gonna go there. Arranged marriage in the next episode. Right? So right now, Kevin Samuels, continue to talk to them, Yaka. I see how Eartha Kitt is bitter. Where's her husband? Where's her man? I mean, this woman had all kind of money. She had all kind of connections, links. I'm sure men made her happy. I'm sure she was happy at some point. What's wrong with her now? Eartha Kitt, continue, yeah, girlfriend.
Are not on their level. You are coming into their life. You are coming to their lifestyle. That is why you can have women with children from other men, never married, expecting to get men who are making 6 figures annually, and then expecting strict monogamy and want 100% commitment.
Yeah, right? Because they don't want to address that. Every man at some point, I would tell my son, every man's going to be a stepfather at some point. Continue.
For a man that they only have to share part of their free time. Part of their free time, because they are so great and wonderful, because they are everything. See, this is what so many women, you are talking about equally yoked. When you talk about equally yoked, a man wants equal investment. You need to invest your time and your feminine affects to compensate for his resources. There is no equally yoked with today's modern woman because they don't have the time. I want you to understand.
Oh my God. That is so important that a woman understands how to be feminine, how to be a woman. A woman, you see, what happens, one of the problems that we have nowadays is that all the things that a woman wants for a man, she goes and gets it for herself. All the things that she wants from a man, she goes and gets it for herself, then turn around and say, men ain't shit.
Attention, but it's that lifestyle. You get to be with Eartha. You get to be with me. Come into my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. Who's in your life?
Not to compromise for. And I love relationships. I think they're fantastic. They're wonderful. I think they're great. I think there's nothing in the world more beautiful than falling in love.
Falling in love.
But falling in love for...
Falling in love. I want you to pay attention to what she's about to say right now. Modern women, this was your grandmother. This was likely your mother. These are the women that gave birth to baby boomers and Generation X. Marcus Stranger. These are the women that gave birth to this warped thinking of this fantasy of earning and falling in love and, unrequited love and this chaotic pull, up, down, yin, yang. And this is what a chaotic, selfish, modern woman looks like in the end.
The right reason, falling in love for the right purpose, falling in love.
Right.
Falling in love.
In love.
When you fall in love.
Right? Let me stop that right there.
What is there to compromise about?
You hear that? I mean, like, you heard that? The chaos, the overthinking, the craziness. And then this is the result of the modern woman's thinking. Honestly, how could a woman say that she wants a traditional man as she wants to continue to be the modern woman, girls' night out, party trips, having men friends, and like how are you gonna say you want a traditional man when you want to be a modern woman? Aren't you supposed to modify also? Continue.
Isn't love
Pay attention.
a union between two people? Or
No.
does Eartha fall in love with herself?
I think
Can anyone live with Eartha Kitt?
that's not for me to decide.
Is love a union between two people, or does Eartha fall in love with Eartha? And that's the trick.
Nothing in the world more beautiful than falling in love. But falling in love for the right reasons, falling in love for the right purpose, falling in love. Falling in love.
Look at
You
her.
fall in love.
She looks crazy.
What is there to compromise about?
Love.
Isn't love a union between two people? Or does
Look at-
Eartha fall in love with herself?
I want you guys to look at that look on her face. Look at that. That is a woman who recognizes she's been outed.
Well, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it for the Kevin Samuels video for now, right? And yeah, I just wanted to say first and foremost, respect to anybody that has been tuning in, that's gonna tune in, and it's the first time that I have to do this whole thing where they say to like the video, to like the video, to subscribe to the video. Get some background music, right? So it's me, Ricky Turbo. I wanted to say enough respect to everybody that came out and looked at my podcast, looked at my video. And I know a lot of people might not agree with Kevin Samuels because I was actually ashamed at women for the way how you handled yourself online when Kevin Samuels passed away. It was a lot of rejoicing and bull crap like that. And I just feel like everybody's life is worth a lot. It's very precious, everybody's life. And he had an opinion that many men agreed with Kevin Samuels. It wasn't red pill, it was reality. Enough men are out there paying child support for kids that enough men are out there, every man's a stepfather, right? So I'm advocating right now to all the women that keep it real, right? And it's not gonna, take their man down a certain road, right? Trying to treat him like, and that's another thing. Let me stop. You see those guys out there that are pandering to women? Everything they do, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You know the word. It starts with an S, and it sounds like pimp. You know the word. Stop it. Just stop it, bro. Trust me. So I, Ricky Turbo, the boss of all boss, the king of kings, King Turbo Ricky, Red Pill Ricky, anything you want to call me. I just want to say thanks for tuning in. And this is like my very first episode, and it's all courtesy of, inspired by Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace, General. Rest in peace, the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. Saying big up yourself. I, Ricky Turbo, out.